Disney, we need to talk. I know the live-action remakes print money, but for fuck's sake, can you please show an ounce of marketing love to your original movies? I mean, seriously, did you forget that Pixar made this? Most people didn't even know it existed until about a week before it hit theaters. And you wonder why so many of your films are flopping lately. Hi everybody, Anthony here from Awesome Anthony Productions, and today I'm going to give you my review of the latest original film from Pixar Animation Studios, Elio. But before we get started, please leave a like, and at the end, if you think I've earned it, please subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss any of my new reviews. Now let's get into it. Elio tells the story of Elio Solis, voiced by Jonas Kabrib, a lonely, recently orphaned, space-obsessed kid living on an Air Force base with his aunt Olga, voiced by Zoe Saldana. Elio doesn't quite fit in. He's a total outcast, convinced that aliens exist and just trying every single day to make contact. And then he does. He's accidentally abducted and dragged across the galaxy to the Communiverse, basically the Galactic United Nations. Once there, they immediately and hilariously recognize him as the leader of Earth. Whoops. Things take a darker turn when Lord Grigon of the Hylargian Empire, voiced by the one and only Brad Garrett, crashes the party and threatens to destroy, well, everything. Now Elio, way in over his head, has to step up, team up with Grigon's son Glorden, voiced by Remy Edgerly, and maybe finally figure out where he belongs. Like I said at the start, it's a crime how little attention this movie has gotten. Animated movies tend to stick around longer in the box office as more parents and kids hear about it. I really hope this gets an Elemental style comeback because it really deserves to find an audience. For one, this thing just hits emotionally, just like the best of Pixar's fare. Elio's grief and isolation aren't just window dressing before the movie has fun. They're the heartbeat of this film.
Your life isn't up there, Elio. You need to make friends.
I just want to belong somewhere.
His dad's gone, his mom's gone, the only person that he has to raise him is Tia Olga, and they don't connect at all, regardless of how much she's trying. And all Elio wants to do is escape. And not just in the metaphorical, I want to fly away from here sense. He literally wants to get off Earth, thinking that he belongs with the aliens.
You okay?
I'm trying to get abducted by aliens.
And honestly, you really get it. This kid feels like no one on Earth understands him, and we see that painfully within the first 20 minutes or so why not try a different spot in the galaxy? And Pixar handles this all very well. There's no 5-minute exposition dump at the beginning. From the cold open, you are in, and you're in with Elio, and you are fully connected with him. And by the time the title hits the screen, you know everything you need to with as little exposition as possible. Now, let's talk animation. Visually, this thing is stunning. The Earth stuff has a softer, more stylized charm. Think something like Turning Red meets Luca. But once we blast off into space, the Communiverse is straight up eye candy. Wild alien designs, fluid animation, bonkers color palettes, and some of the best space visuals that Pixar's ever put to screen. And yes, I'm including Lightyear. We didn't see this in 3D, but I wish we had. Elio himself is also animated so expressively, it's hard not to like him. And that, combined with the vocal performance by Jonas Kabrib, really just draws you in and makes you feel for this character. And then there's the aliens. Brad Garrett as Lord Grigon, menacing, dramatic, a little goofy at times, and a total scene stealer. I loved every second of his screen time, and how there's an unexpected connection there between his character and actually Tia Olga's character, voiced by Zoe Saldana. But my favorite alien here? Glorden. He's basically just a big fat space worm with no eyes, and somehow one of the most adorable and heartfelt characters in the entire movie. I know I said earlier that Elio's isolation and him being an outcast is the heartbeat of this movie, but once he meets Glorden, their budding friendship becomes the heart of this.
I thought Earth was the problem, but what if it's me? Well, I like you, and you seem fine to me.
Their scenes together are so warm, funny, and surprisingly moving. There's also something very refreshing about the climax of this not being some big space battle like I was expecting. The movie's emotional payoff isn't about fighting. It's about choosing kindness, connection, and compassion. And the way it wraps up had my wife and I tearing up. Rob Simonson's score also deserves major props. Whimsical, sweeping, and with just enough synthy space weirdness to make it feel right. Also, I gotta shout out how much the people behind this movie clearly love space. Not Star Wars space. Actual NASA-inspired, stargazing, Carl Sagan-ass space. You can feel the reverence in every shot of a spaceship, every line of dialogue about the stars. There's even some Carl Sagan dialogue put into the movie. This one's for the kids that keep a telescope in their bedroom. Now, it's not perfect. Some parts are a little rushed. This is only an hour and a half, and the bullies that Elio deals with in the beginning are pretty one-dimensional. I get why Pixar put them in. They really want to show why Earth sucks for this kid and why he wants to get out. But I kind of felt like an afterthought that was added just to add a little bit of conflict conflict before he goes off of Earth. Like, you could have trimmed them out and not lost anything. I also wouldn't have minded just a little bit more time with Tia Olga and maybe a flashback or two to show how Elio's parents affected his upbringing, but maybe I'm just greedy because I really did overall like this movie and just wanted more of it. Elio may not be in the top 5 Pixar films ever, but it's a sweet, imaginative, and deeply heartfelt movie that absolutely deserves better than the nothing burger rollout that Disney gave it. This one's for the weird kids, the ones that doodle aliens in their notebooks and wish on stars at night, and I really hope they find it. And that's my review of Elio. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this review, you know exactly what to do. Please leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss any of my new reviews. While you're at, you can scroll down the description below, find the links to my socials, leave a comment, let me know if you saw Elio and what you thought, and if you want more of my content, you can click or tap on these cards right here. I'll take you to my review of 28 Days Later, or just over to my channel where you can check out the rest of my reviews. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time for my review of F1.